got to keep things rolling. Now, next up, we got the co-host and founder of Miami Made, my brother Joe Metcalfe. And of course, before I read his accolades, I'm gonna be real. I don't read people's accolades first. I read who you are first. All right, I read energy, and that's my first language. And he's one of the guys. When I came to this city and started looking around, he was a true brother, right? Not brother in the sense of skin tone, but brother in the sense of spirit. All right? And that's okay. And Joe has been willing to step into places where I don't see many people who look like him, and he's faced the fire, right? He's come to our events, he's been on panels where he's the only white guy in the room, and I respect that, because I know that's not comfortable. And so when you're willing and able to go in uncomfortable situations and still be yourself and not back down from that moment, that shows me a lot about you. And so that's why I got such respect for this guy right here. Now, to the accolades. My brother Joe Metcalfe, co-founder of Miami Made, and he's a highly sought after performance coach with a unique focus in corporate team building events. I've seen it. He's worked with Fortune 500 companies such as Salesforce, Lexus, Toyota, Club Med, and Virgin Brightline, and myself. He's also worked with other startups including Maverick 1000 and fast-growing health company Organifi. And he's the author of a great book called The Inner Peace Experiment. All right, I want everybody to give a heartfelt welcome to my guy, Joe Metcalfe.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, Wes, and I'm so grateful for all of you here today. And you know, today marks 5 years since I relaunched Miami Made 2021. And I'd like to just share a brief story. I don't really, give myself a whole lot of mic time here. It's more about giving it to the members and having the members share. But I want to share a story that goes back to 2011, before I was even in the entrepreneur world. So I'm just going to bring you back. Time machine. May 2011. I'm flying from Atlanta to West Palm Beach. Halfway through the flight, cruising altitude. The captain gets on the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, put your legs together. Put your hands on the seat in front of you. And put your head down. And then he says the 3 words you never want to hear on a plane. Brace for impact. Let's rewind to share what was going on in my life at that time. I was 26 years old. I'm working for a real estate investment company. I'm head of acquisitions. I'm making great money. I have all the materials. On the outside looking in, my life is amazing. But I'm just not happy. I'm chasing money. I'm chasing success. I'm chasing approval from other people. But I'm just not happy. Back to that flight. I'm just hanging out, lounging, everything is going normal. I'm half asleep, and condensation starts billowing, enveloping the cabin. I'm like, wait a second, that's not condensation. That's smoke. There is a fire on our plane at 30,000 feet in the air. The captain gets back on the mic and he says, ladies and gentlemen, we understand that there is a fire below the cabin. We are making an emergency landing at Tampa Bay Airport right now. We do a duck dive from 30,000 feet in the air to 5,000 feet in the air in a matter of 3 to 4 minutes. I thought I was going to die when I was 26 years old. I'm thinking about my family. I'm thinking about the accomplishments of my life. How have I been doing? I'm like, is my family going to know about this on the news? Freaking out. The flight attendants are freaking out. There is no hey, the aisles are that way, the exits are that way. They were not doing that. They were crying. The smoke alarms are going off. The flight attendants are running back and forth. They're freaking out. I'm freaking out. I thought I was going to die at 26 years old. And we do our descent, and the smoke starts to dissipate, but we still don't know if it's landing gear. We're not sure what's going to happen. The landing is completely uncertain. We get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and we land perfectly, smoothly. And it was just pandemonium and jubilation on that flight. People are hugging, high-fiving, crying. It's like we were celebrating each other's like family reunion on that plane. And then we got off the plane, and it was so funny. They're like, hey, we're going to work on this plane right now. We'll get you back up in the air in 3 hours. We were like, no thanks. We drove from Tampa back to West Palm Beach at that time. So we were like, thank you. It was wild, but I couldn't sleep for a week. And it was a wild experience. And I share this story with all of you because the time is now. The time is now to follow your bliss. The time is now to do what you love. The time is now to do the inner work, to live your highest and best self, and to live the life of your dreams, right? That event created a chain reaction that took a good part of 2011 to 2021, 10 years. So I never was a creative writer, and I wrote my first blog post after that landing, that emergency landing. And I started blogging for years after that, just on the weekends. I stayed in real estate investing, but about 4 to 5 years later, I published a book called The Inner Peace Experiment. And it was all about my journey going from stressed out business guy to someone that wanted more inner peace in his life, right? So after that plane incident, I shifted my priorities. I no longer cared about the materials. I no longer cared about chasing money. I wanted to focus on my own inner peace. I wanted to focus on my own wellness and the mind-body connection. So I dove deep into spirituality. Who's here heard of the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, right? Almost the whole room. That book changed my life. And I wanted to learn about what it meant to truly become present. So, what's so funny when you work harder on yourself than you do on your job is you actually do better at your job. And over a 2.5 year period, I actually increased my income twofold, double over that time, right? So I share this because it's such a powerful way to really connect with people, right? So, I began to look at money as energy. I began to look at money as not something that I needed to make a striving goal for, but I wanted to let it flow, right? And then I've heard this acronym about money. Money is my own natural energy yield. My own natural energy yield. Say it out loud. My own natural energy yields, right? And things just started to flow. And after I saved up a bit of money, I left the real estate investing space, and I wanted to create a business around what I enjoyed writing about, right? This inner peace experiment. So I started a small business called Miami Beach Masterminds. And that's where I met Maina. I met so many people here through that little mastermind group, right? Small community in Miami Beach. I became a member of Miami Made. I joined a mastermind group called Maverick, joined Miami Made. 2 years later, as Miami Made was dissolving, I just raised my hand and said, hey, I'd love to take this over. I have a small community, and it was just divine timing. Barry Stamos, Brandon Evans, the original founders, they handed me the keys, and that was 2021, right? So it's just funny how life works, right? When you follow your bliss and you follow your deepest calling, right? And that's what Miami Made's about, is allowing us to follow our true north, our deepest calling. And I invite all of you to remember that as you network here, right? And don't wait. Let's not wait, right? If you're 35 years old today, right, and you live to life expectancy, 77 or 78, you have 500 months left to live, right? And that's not guaranteed. That's not guaranteed, right? So, just go after it, right? Go after it. That's what we're here, that's what we're about at Miami Made. So.